everyone, I know it's been a while since I made a tutorial. Today I'm going to show you a look that I recorded yesterday. It's just that I didn't switch on my microphone, so it was a complete failure. So I'm just going to re-record it again so that I can show you the steps of this very festive, glittery, yet subtle look. So I hope you'll enjoy this tutorial. First thing I'm going to do is to prime my face, and I always prime my face with the Makeup Forever HD primer, and this is in the shade 0. I'm using the Real Techniques buffing brush. Just going to take the product and apply this onto the areas where I get a bit dry, especially now that it's winter. I do get a bit dry around my jawline and also the circumference of my face. And this really helps with setting the makeup well, because the makeup sits on a primer much better without oxidizing. And also if you have a bit of dryness, this helps with moisturizing as well. So now that that is done, I am going to apply a pore eraser, and this is from Benefit Professional, and this really helps with reducing the appearance of large pores. So far I have this trial size and I like it. I'll probably buy the larger tube perhaps later once I'm done with this. I really feel that this helps with the reduction of the appearance of my pores, because I do have a bit of large pores around here. These are the two concealers that I use. I usually mix them both. This is the MAC Prolong Wear, and one is in the shade NW35 and the other one is NC45. NC45 is a little too dark for me, so that's why I needed to mix it. So it's like half a pump of NC45 with one pump of NW35. For this, I am using the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. Just going to mix the two concealers. I'm just placing the product now because I want it to dry up just a little bit before I start buffing it in. So now I'm going to start buffing it in. The reason why I'm doing this is because when you apply it wet, it tends to move around a lot, and you're just basically just moving the product around, and it's not really going to blend to the way you want. And if it's a bit dry, it's a lot easier to work with, especially with this MAC Prolong Wear concealer and also the foundation. I've noticed that this is how it should be done, so that you get a nice flawless finish. Notice that with this pregnancy, well, if some of you didn't know, I'm actually 8 months pregnant now with my second child. So I've noticed that I'm having a bit of this insomnia going on, so I can't really sleep well. I don't get full rest, and I have under eye circles a little bit more prominent than they were before. So that's why I really need to conceal and lift up my under eye area. So with whatever's left on the back of my hand, I'm just going to conceal around my nose, apply this around my nose, because I do have a bit of darkness there. Using the same brush, I'm going to use my MAC Blot Powder in dark. I'm going to set my concealer. Rest of the face. And here we have MAC Studio Fix powder in NC45, and this is a perfect shade for me. And for this, I'm using the buffing brush from Real Techniques. Just going to apply this onto the rest of my face. This gives a very nice light coverage. I mean, of course, if you apply layers of it, it may go up to medium to full, depending on how much blemishes or how problematic your skin is. So just buffing it in. Moving on to the eyes, I'm going to prime my lids with the MAC Laying Low Paint Pot. This is very similar to my skin tone. It's just a little bit light, And I think this really helps with neutralizing the discoloration I have around my eyes. Very good for brown skin tone women, really. Next, I'm going to do my eyebrows, and here I'm using the NYX eyebrow gel, and this is in the shade Espresso, and I'm using the e.l.f. flat eyeshadow brush. I really love this brush because it really gives me precise application, no fuss. It's much better than the angle brush. The first eyeshadow I'm going to be using is Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek, and here I'm using a fluffy dome brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of that, and I'm going to apply this onto my crease. Done. I'm just going to clean my brush, just a quick clean so that I don't have too much of that brown. I'm going to do a quick blend. I'm going to take a powder that's close to my skin tone, and that's the blot powder from MAC. I'm going to use the same buffing brush and apply this as my highlight because I don't want anything shimmery over there. If you don't want to look older, skip out on any shimmery product, especially on your highlight area, because it just gives you that aged look. Next, using a pencil brush, I am going into that Cocoa Bear eyeshadow, reddish brown eyeshadow. I'm going to apply this onto the lower half of my lash line. Using the MAC 239 brush, I'm going in with Glamorous eyeshadow, also from Makeup Geek. I'm going to apply this on the parts where I don't have any eyeshadow, which is just the lid. Now that I have placed my eyeshadow, I'm just going to go in with my blending brush and do a quick blend. So now I'm going to apply that same eyeshadow using the tip of my brush and apply it onto the inner part of my lower lash line. So of course you can always leave it as it is. Apply eyeliner, mascara, some false lashes, and you're good to go. But I want to take it to the next step, and that is to apply Makeup Geek's Utopia pigment. Beautiful, shimmery. I don't know how to describe this color. It's so beautiful. So to apply this pigment, I'm going to go in with my Cinema Secrets eyeliner sealer, just a drop of it, using a flat synthetic brush. I'm going to using your tissue so that you don't have any fallout. I'm going to apply this pigment just over where I have the Glamorous eyeshadow. So with whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to apply it onto the inner part of my lower lash line. So while that is drying, I am going to apply my eyeliner, apply some mascara, and put on some false lashes, and I will be back. Now moving on to the face. I'm sorry I didn't record this process because I didn't click the record button, but I'll show you what I used. And this is La Femme blush called Cinnabar, and I'm using the Daring Tools angled blush brush, and I'm applying this as not only my contour but also a blush color. So what I did was to put my brush like this, where I have my cheek socket bone over here, the contour bone, and I'm applying this color above the contour bone. So this not only contours the face, it also gives a bit of color. And then as for my highlight, I use the Glamorous eyeshadow from Makeup Geek using the same brush. I've applied this onto the highest part of my cheek. As you can see, it really gives a beautiful glow. Very subtle, not in your face kind of highlight. Really gives a nice sheen. Here I'm using NYX Current Lip Liner, and I'm going to line and fill in my lips with this. As for my lipstick, I'm using the Viva Glam Rihanna lipstick, the frosty red color. If you don't have this, just use a regular red. It works just fine. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of frosty lipsticks, but this one has a very nice texture, and also I think the color is really beautiful. You can top it off with the accompanying lip gloss, which is also Viva Glam Rihanna. But for this look, I'm just going to keep it without the gloss because I like the finish of this lipstick. So this concludes the tutorial. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and let me know if you have any other requests for the upcoming videos that I would like to do. Any makeup tutorial, I would gladly do it for you. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon in my next video. Bye!